Greetings interwebs. So today I wanted to film a quick sort of video kind of talking about San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and just some other things that I have upcoming for this channel. I know I talk with my hands a lot. New York Comic-Con is in October, and that's not what I meant to talk about. San Diego Comic-Con is less than a week away, and I am so excited. I cannot wait. So this is my first time ever going. For those of you who haven't seen the initial video where I kind of talked about me going, I signed up for the volunteer program last year while San Diego was happening, and I happened to get picked. I put in my name, and again I was picked to actually volunteer. So since getting that message and me freaking out about it, there has been a lot of preparations that have been made and a lot of headaches, a lot of stress, and a lot of just questioning, is this all really worth it? But then I sit there and I tell myself, the Avengers are going to be in Hall H. It was all worth it and then some. First off, I want to just mention that once I had found out I was volunteering, I immediately wanted to try and get a hotel, because I know that hotels during Comic-Con are just near impossible to find. So I'm trying to look at hotels near the convention center, and of course none of them are booking rooms for that time, because for those of you who are familiar with the process, Comic-Con International kind of sets rooms aside so you can't book them, so they can put them up for sale at their own time so everybody can kind of go at once. It's just, for me, it was too much. I'm the type of person, I need to prepare in advance, I need to know what I'm doing, and I need to not have to rely on somebody else or have to rely on luck or something in order for me to get the basic things that I need. It was a mess. So me and my mom sat down, and of course we did this over Skype because I wasn't at home at the time. So we were sitting there trying to decide, okay, well, how are we going to do this hotel? So the first thing that my mom does, because my mom doesn't play no games, we look at the bed bug registry for all of the hotels, because I'm not trying to come home with no creepy crawlies all over my body. Like, I don't have time for that. So as we were looking though, almost pretty much all of the hotels that are near the convention center were on the bed bug registry. So me and my mom were just like, nope, not happening. I'd rather have to rent a car and drive maybe 10 minutes instead of having the convenience of staying in a hotel that was, one, way more expensive, and two, I had the possibility of getting bed bugs, which I do not handle bugs. I cannot handle it. I don't do the creepy crawlies, I don't do nature, I don't do camping, I don't do any of that. My view of sightseeing in nature is looking out my window and looking at the trees. That was kind of our first issue that we ran into. So my mom had found this really nice kind of boutique type hotel a little bit up the road. It was about 10 minutes away, right near the water, and we had booked the hotel there because they were offering a really good rate. We got a discount on it, and it was kind of just one of those things. We have the hotel, let's just book it, because I had to rent a car anyway. Now I'm like, oh crap, how does parking work for Comic-Con? Because I know it's gonna be an absolute jungle and craziness, insanity. So I was like, well, now what do we do with parking? So as I'm looking, I figure out that of course parking goes on sale on a certain day. You have to get your tickets, blah 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 blah. So now I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I can't just park in the convention center. This is lovely. So I realized that through Ace Parking, they offer all the different lots and whatnot. You buy your passes in advance. Once you have the pass, you have to leave it on the dashboard. Long story short, it was the day that the parking passes went on sale, and if any of you were trying to get parking passes for San Diego, you know how stressful this event was. Tickets go on sale at, I think it was 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. Pacific time. So I was on the East Coast, I was 3 hours ahead, so naturally I'm sitting there 3 hours earlier trying to get the tickets, because I'm like, they're gonna go on sale at Eastern time, I can't risk it. So now I'm sitting at this blank computer screen because nothing's loading, because nothing's on sale yet. And we go in, and of course there's tens of thousands of people trying to get these parking spots at one time, so naturally the website crashes. And I had gotten through, and I had convention center parking in my card, and I put my credit card information through, I put everything through, but they only timed it for 5 minutes, except it took 5 minutes for the pages to load. So I was ready to seriously harm and maim Ace Parking. Now, disclaimer before I go on to it, I have to credit Ace Parking because they did the right thing by a lot of people and they did the right thing by me. So I'm just going to keep on and telling you my story. I'm not trying to bash Ace Parking. Just in my moment, I was just in my feelings about Ace. I had the convention center tickets in my car and I put in the credit card information, I put everything in, and there was nothing there. So I was like, okay, well, what does this mean? Because I already put in my credit card information. I didn't want my card to keep getting charged because parking is pretty expensive for Comic-Con. So I get an email from them and it says, you have been confirmed for parking passes, but then there's no confirmation for parking passes. So I was like, well, what does this mean? What does this mean? You know, I was getting angry about it because I was sitting at the computer screen all day long, but I understand that this was a serious undertaking. I was on the site all day because if you followed their Facebook and Twitter, they were like, oh, we're going to be opening it in this time, or we're going to open it at this time. So naturally I have to sit there all day and stare at the screen. So I get in a second time towards the nighttime, the end of the day, and I get all 4 days at the Hilton Bayfront, which is right next door to the convention center, which is pretty much the next best thing that you can get aside from the convention center parking. So I go in, I get that, and I get the email confirmation. But then there was a lot of discrepancies about whether you actually had the passes if you got in and it wasn't officially open. So I'm like, well, now I don't have these either. This is great. Log in at 1 a.m. and it was opened and nobody said anything about it, so I was like, let me just buy more passes. So now I have the unconfirmed tickets. I have 4 passes for the Hilton Bayfront, and then I bought for Wednesday as well, the last time that I got in. So now I have like 1,800 parking passes, and I'm just like, I want to park my car and I want to enjoy Comic-Con. Why is this so difficult? The next day, everything was kind of a mess and everyone was blaming Ace, and I understand why everyone was getting angry at Ace, but at the same time, as much as they could have prepared better, the website crashed. For me, there was no point in getting angry because if I had the passes, I had the passes. If I didn't have the passes, I would figure something out, because at the end of the day, there is options to get to where you need. So even if I couldn't get the parking, I was going to figure something else out. I would take a cab if I had to, whatever. A couple days later, I get an email from Ace saying, you know, we see in our system that you had gotten in to get the parking passes initially when it opened at 9 a.m. and we see that you didn't get them. So in X amount of days, at this date, at this time, you'll be able to go in and get your convention center parking. So for the people that got kind of screwed up in the morning, who got the tickets but didn't actually get the tickets, they had more than enough convention center parking and Hilton Bayfront parking for everyone. So I was able to go in after the fact and get the convention center parking, which then led me to return the 2 other Hilton Bay parking passes that I had. The whole thing was just anxiety ridden. The next day I couldn't even focus in class because I'm just like, I need to know. I need to know. Because I hate when I have to leave things up to other people. I'm the type of person, if something needs to be done, I'm going to do it myself. I don't want to rely on somebody else, and I don't want somebody else to do it for me. I'm going to do it. At the end of the day, I ended up getting the convention center parking, which was like $20 a day, which is absolutely absurd, but I get good parking for Comic-Con, so that was good. And it was just, oh my god, it was so stressful. But then I have some good news. So I was kind of worrying about the cost of parking, the cost of a rental car, the cost of a hotel. It was just, and then the airfare too. The airfare was so expensive because I understand I'm flying cross country in the middle of the summer. It's going to be pricey. My cousin calls me one day, and Casey, if you're watching this, thank you for moving to San Diego. So my cousin calls me one day and she's just like, I quit my job, moving to San Diego, come stay with me. So I was like, yes, yes. So now I didn't have to worry about hotel. I'm staying with my cousin. She lives literally, I think, about 10, maybe 5 minutes away from the convention center. She lives right on the beach, and I'm staying with her. So I'm very excited about this because everything now is kind of falling into place. What I kind of did, and I don't know if this is kind of what everybody does, but I figured I would share with you guys in case you are going. What I've been doing is I've been going through the Comic-Con schedule that they have online, and I've been taking my phone and putting in my phone when everything is that I want to do. So I don't have to sit there with a map, I don't have to sit there with the schedule of what's going on. I already know, like, okay, at this time I want to do this, this, and this, and it's here, here, and here. So let's choose and see what I want to do. So basically for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I laid out everything that's going on for Comic-Con, and I made that one color in my calendar. So I made that like yellow. And then I took all of the off-site events that are going on, because there's a ton of those happening. I took all those and I put it in like a blue calendar. And then the Nerd HQ, which for those of you who don't know, Zachary Levi does like his own little separate Nerd HQ in the, I think it's the Gaslamp district. I don't really know exactly where it is, but that's like a whole event in and of itself. So I put that in a red calendar. So I can scroll through my phone and see like, okay, I'd rather do this instead of that, so I can go here. But I just wanted everything in one place in my phone so that I had access to it, because I know from my experience at New York Comic Con there's Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi is impossibly slow. You can barely ever connect. I don't have unlimited data on my phone to just be freely breezing around the internet. So I wanted some place where I can have everything I wanted to do, know where it was without having to access the internet. So I took like an hour or two last night and I did all of that. So I am super ready and super prepared for San Diego Comic-Con. Also, my friend Brittany's going, so shout out to Brittany if you're watching this. I'm doing her cosplay makeup one of the days, so I'm super excited about that. She is going to be cosplaying as Kanema Jackson, and I was doing a run through of it the other night, and I tried to film it, but I was out of frame for it the entire time. So I mean, I have some pictures of it and whatnot, but I want to refilm it once I'm back in my apartment because my filming setup's a little bit better. I'm gonna wait and film that, but that leads me to my next topic of business. I want to start a new series called Kristen's Cosplay Corner. So basically, I'm just going to be doing different cosplay makeups and whatnot. I don't really know if I'm going to be doing costumes, because honestly I don't have the funds to be doing all of these different costumes. Maybe down the line somewhere, fine, but in terms of just this series, I want to do cosplay makeup. So whether it's me doing, you know, popular cosplays and doing makeup that I would do for it, or maybe just my own little tips and tricks to have your makeup last all day, or just little things like even doing the Kanema makeup, stuff like that. And also it's open to requests from you guys, so if there's a cosplay you're doing or something you'd want to see, leave me a request down below, shoot me a message, whatever, because I would like to really start working on that series and start making it grow, because I can't tell you how many times I've had friends or just people who I've met who were cosplaying, they're like, I don't even know how to do makeup, or I don't even know where to start to do something like this. And I'm just like, well, hello, this is where I come in. And hopefully come New York Comic Con, because I'm going to be dressing up, I can do one of those episodes and show you guys my cosplay, how I'm preparing for it. And if that's something you're doing, maybe you can take some ideas for your own inspiration. Speaking of New York Comic Con, I'm just in with the transitions today. Speaking of New York Comic Con, I got 4-day VIP tickets, which I have come to the conclusion I am extremely lucky to have gotten the 4-day VIP. I know that the day that the tickets had gone on sale, I had class. They went on sale at noon. I had class at 1, so I had to leave by 12:20 the latest. So I click in to buy the tickets exactly at 12 o'clock, like literally 1 second did not pass. I refreshed the page, went in, and I was in a queue. So I'm like, here we go. Nightmares of San Diego Comic-Con ticket buying are back again. I was trying to see what the deal with the queue was, and I'm just like, I have to go to class. My friends were waiting for me outside because we were all going out that night, so they came to my apartment, dropped off their car, and I was driving everyone into class. So of course I'm like, this is the day, all my girlfriends are here, and they're all waiting on me, but I'm just like, these tickets are a little bit more important right now. I apologize. So I finally get in after about like 2 minutes, get my 4-day VIP pass. My friend Keith, who was in there like 2 seconds after me, got only 4-day because VIP were gone. So I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for giving me my 4-day VIP tickets. I am so excited. I cannot wait. So I will also be at New York Comic Con this year, which is so exciting. So there's not much to say about New York yet because I'm still kind of in the mode for San Diego, but you can expect more New York Comic Con prep videos as the time approaches. This video is long enough. I went on for too long about San Diego Comic Con, so I'm going to stop it here. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you've made it this far, 2 thumbs up for you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you for watching. I don't know if I said this, but be sure to subscribe. Leave me requests down below for videos, cosplay, makeup, anything. Just leave me some requests. And until the next time, I will see you guys in the next video.